looking for those next 2 picks.
Had a lot of time to think about it as well. See what they go for here. The hover on the Evelyn, don't think it's going to happen. He hovers it every time, especially into Rek'Sai. But I would like to see the Taric come out here for Kiwi Kid.
I agree. I think it's a champion that would suit him. He likes to be, you know, a bit tankier, a bit more aggressive, and certainly a champion that Bifrost looked good on. I think he maybe struggled in the Braum versus Taric matchup a bit. So, you know, instead of taking the Braum, which is maybe his preference, just take the Taric instead.
Yeah, or this is where Kiwi Kid goes, you know what? Why isn't Annie a support right now? Let's bring her back, you know?
Maybe you can make it happen. We'll have to see. NRG with 20 seconds left to decide on these picks. Can't imagine that completing bottom lane isn't a good option here. Seems relatively safe, but might just take kind of an open solo lane pick here as well if they want to hide some of their later picks down the track here. And there they are, Nara and Taric.
Okay, I feel like you can pick your jungler here and you can be fine unless they're picking something specific for Santorin.
Hope you're ready for this hover, Zyrene.
This Gnar, really blind though, and maybe I'm ready for the hover, but I feel like that Gnar, I'm gonna stop.
Oh, the Gnar seems great.
Because the Aurelia from Hanser can come out and just crush it.
Bjergsen is playing hard to get today. No Teemo anywhere. Look at that man. That is a man that will not be moved by your chance for Teemo. TSM looks like they're just kind of discussing what they do want to pick. I agree with you. Aurelia seems like a very strong counter pick, so kind of curious to see the Gnar pick that early.
And there are a few other things that you could play into it and have a pretty good time, but we'll see what ends up happening. I think that Hanser was one of the people who, when Aurelia was top tier, just picked her pretty much every time he could. The Taric coming out as well. This gives NRG a lot of engage potential with the Sivir, and also having the Gnar on top of it for the wallop.
Taking their time!
And he's gonna do it! Captain Bjergsen on duty!
Are you happy now, Internet? This is what happened.
This is what we've become, Pastry.
Well, that's Teemo and Ash locked in for Team Self-Image.
That's 9 weeks of resilience training out the window. They crack under pressure from the crowd. Weldon is going crazy. No, he probably encouraged it, but still.
I mean,
look at that smile.
Look, he's so evil. Energy, we'll see what they respond with here. I think in the back of their minds, they're like, I'm kind of expecting this. I wonder what GBM has in store. See how they finish their draft here. Looks like they'll need a jungler for Santorin. He already knows kind of what he's up against here. Although it does have to add Teemo into the mix. And of course, the GBM needs a champion for his curious-looking mid lane matchup. They could, of course, swap it away.
Exactly.
It's not. The requirement wasn't that Bjergsen had to play it. It was that the team needed to pick it. They officially picked it.
Bjergsen tweeted back to that tweet and said, "Not me, please," because it wasn't specific. It could be Hanser.
Well, if that gets locked in, it's not. But we do have LeBlanc locked in for GBM, which I think is pretty good. And looks like Olaf there for Santorin into the Rek'Sai, which is something we've seen quite often as well.
Yeah, pick the Olaf, just rush down the backline, especially with an Ashe and a Teemo. Like, he's going to be all over these backline carries. So, great team to do it as well. When you pair a Sivir and a Taric with an Olaf, the Olaf runs in with a linear stun attached to him from Bastion. Just, it's fantastic. And
mix up?
What is going on?
Bifrost having fun, I think. Going through a couple different champions here. Again, we do have a solo lane to complete here for TSM. That's about all we know from the draft in its current state. But we'll see what they do want to have locked in here. Bifrost is having way too much fun. Cracks a huge smile out on stage.
I feel like Bjergsen's talking more right now. So it's a Bjergsen champion.
All right, there's Troleo.
It was Hanser all along.
Maybe, but which champion does he get? Uh-oh, the mind games begin. Looks like it may be Hanser's Teemo. Bjergsen with the Talia. That's actually pretty smart in Gnar.
It's no longer Captain Bjergsen. He's been demoted. Replaced. It's Captain Hanser on duty today.
Bjergsen, I am the captain now. Takes the Teemo into the top lane. I think they honestly tried to mind game NRG because if you quote unquote have to play Teemo or you want to play Teemo, this is actually kind of a smart way to do it because this top lane matchup feels way better than that mid lane matchup was going to be.
That's true. I mean, as soon as you pick the LeBlanc, you're just like, nope, not going to go into that lane. Let's pick the Teemo and put it top lane.
What a day it is. Flex pick Teemo for TSM's possible final game of the summer split in 2016.
I said it was a dark day earlier. It's an even darker day because when I'm celebrating a pick a champion select that's not the Talia, I'm a little sad. Talia is my girl.
She's pretty great. Well,
Not today.
What a curious way to start this second game here. Please keep the hashtags rolling in. Maybe Ulta one, we could have Teemo SM win. I know that's been a popular chant here in the crowd, but
Satan win, Teemo win. Same thing.
666XX officially here. Jigglypuff wins Evo.
Still.
Now look what happened.
It's hashtag NRG win or hashtag TSM win.
And the crowd is hyped. They get what they wanted. They've been chanting Teemo before the stream started. If this is what you wanted, you've got it. NRG versus TSM and the cutest little bunny to ever enter Summoner's Rift.
My God. It's Cottontail too. Ah!
Alrighty then. And like I said, if this is something that we're trying to do, I think strategically, this is maybe one of the best ways to go about it.
I agree, especially since you're not playing into the LeBlanc. It's in the top lane, which is a longer lane, and I think it can survive in. And you have the brush, which is accessible to Teemo. Teemo can move around in stealth and brush now. So mid lane, you don't get to use that. Top lane, you get to be a little bit sneakier.
We'll have to track the build as well here. Currently with the Doran's ring for Haunter, but...
Oh, this is probably full AP. He's probably no on-hit Teemo here. This is probably just full AP. Get some shrooms down on the Baron. Basically, it's the build that everybody hates.
Yeah. Well, he's playing Teemo, so...
Hey, remember when TSM picked up Haunter and he was saying, you know, one of the reasons that I'm picked up is I can play anything and I can adapt and I can pick up things really quickly. It's one of the things that like Dyrus always struggled with, picking up new champions quickly. Haunter was like, boom, right on top of that. In a day, he's got Teemo down.
I don't even think he had a day, but we'll see. We'll see how it looks as the teams do spread out. We have some deep lane swap vision placed as well, so kind of expecting a swap away here, which I think for NRG makes sense. Na's pretty good in most sticky situations. Teemo, no one knows. And they'll get the Sivir into a decent lane as well as NRG still grouped up here. Looking to make that swap happen. Looks like duo lanes are already on the other side of the map. TSM send their duo top lane, so we'll have a lane swap to start game number 2.
Yeah, and it's actually going to be...
battle Teemo.
It is. Just get that on-hit damage. I mean, you blind the Gnar, and now it's the invade. So Svenskeren already used his smite. This could be crazy. Kiwi could get this, but we'll see.
Gonna have to pull it into the brush. Not by level 1 damage here. Haunter gonna do some deeps. Kiwi Kid forced out. Teemo gonna get stunned, but Haunter actually making sure the buff stays safe. Sven does get it safely.
Yep. Ends up defending, and is he gonna? He's gonna walk down to the bot side. He feels like he can't get dove here. Oh my God, is he gonna stealth like by experience range?
Can he sneak in? He's a genius! And again,
all right.
Strategically,
let's
this
go.
actually makes a lot of sense.
Wait, if that bottom lane backs, then it's not a lane swap anymore.
1v1 me, bro. The two most adorable champions.
This is great.
The unseen Teemo, question mark.
He's even gonna have more experience as well. No, seriously, because Quas had to split EXP.
Well, you said it. He can't play anything. There he is.
Oh, baby, this is great.
So actually, Australian lane as we do flip them upside down. Mini Na versus Teemo. Enjoy your top lane matchup. Dynamic Q everywhere. It's just weeping. As Bifrost and Double actually push the lane in. Looks like they are maybe looking to recall. Bifrost does go back early, does stay here, but Double goes back early, gets himself a cull. Wants to make sure he gets that farm up, and kind of an interesting mid lane matchup as well. GBM, good damage on, but Bjergsen!
That's super good. As soon as you see the distortion coming out, you know he's going to be coming down this certain line, and so all you have to do is, boom, hit him with the Q. Get the threaded volley.
Passive pot for GBM as well. We've seen how much work Tilia can do at level 3, and it's a big power point now for Bjergsen. GBM, though, level 4. Gonna have to be careful.
She's got to be one of the strongest mid laners at level 3 in the game. Like, her power with just those 3 spells in her kit is absolutely insane. Santorin, not always a fan of those types of ganks. You clear out the wave to get your mid laners some pressure.
Here, GBM can't go back. Not safe. Oh, flush on Boros Svenskeren! He wants first blood, but he's not going to get it. Red buff, barely not enough.
Yeah, those are the weirdest ganks as well, because you lose all pressure as a jungler. Like, even if Svenskeren's not there, well, what's going to happen? Svenskeren's going to go to a lane and know that it's not something that he can have a numbers disadvantage on. And this is perfect because all Santorin wanted to do was push the wave so GBM can back and have a good back timing. Nah, not going to happen. Going to lose cannon minion to the turret, going to lose experience, and now Bjergsen just even further ahead.
Yep, he's going to push it in. Probably has enough to shove down this wave. Talia is real good
Yeah.
at smashing down a minion wave.
I think she's one of the only champions in the game that can clear the caster minions at level 1. And he's
Teemo
adorable.
Quas looking for first blood. Sven knocks him out. Damage!
Poison!
No! Quas barely lives on. No! It's a disaster. The Teemo has fallen. Look at that hashtag. The disappointment is palpable.
The thing is, if Teemo gets a kill, you celebrate, and if he dies, you still celebrate. It's a win-win.
Cannot lose. Double if he's a stun here in top lane. Good shield from Bifrost. Going to turn around the trade. Kiwi Kid taking some damage there. Volley to the face. Double lift. Still looking, of course. Damage is good. Looking to chase in. Burns the heal aggressively.
What? He's got Ghost.
The heal from NRG, and he ghosts down in.
Oh, that's
still going. Huge double stun, and now the teleport in from NRG as well. Kiwi Kid going to go down as Bifrost gets it. But OQ now under threat. Double Lift going to still go forward, but Quas going to turn it around. Double Lift's going to die here. OQ gets it on the other end. And Bifrost's going to get chased down. He shields himself up, runs towards the turret, but Quas hops over his head. Great flash from Bifrost to get himself safely, but it's not enough. Quas gets another. Turret shot is enough for the trade.
Biofrost, 2-1. When's he getting 1,000 kills? Because it's coming around already. Oh, steals them off from Double Lift. Double Lift not able to pick any up. And this, let's just enjoy this for a second, because Haunter attacks, pulls aggro first, takes 2 tower shots, 3, and flashes away, comes back into range.
Oh, he's poisoned.
And boop, because of the poison. So let's talk about the poison. He's gonna kill. Oh! So I said he had a day. Yeah, you're right. Probably 12 hours. Let's go. He probably lost rock, paper, scissors backstage to Bjergsen before this match.
Maybe, as Sven's actually also in a spot of bother. Going to try and get out, but Talia going to answer back. Bjergsen rotating well, but GBM's here. Stun lands in. GBM getting zoned out by the E there of Bjergsen.
Oh, Sven
still trying to tunnel out, but he gets a 3-man knockup. Not enough though, as the kill should come in here. Who's going to get it? It will be Quas. Off to a 3-1-1 start here.
And GBM, if he had more mana, he may be able to finish off Bjergsen, but still at a disadvantage. And it's a barrier as well to deal with the assassination potential.
Gonna have to play it carefully, but GBM doesn't really have any mana left.
Random aside, probably a Trinity Force Teemo. I'm a little sad. Yep. Anyway, Kiwi Kid caught.
Looks like a fade. Cut off there. Great wall from Bjergsen. Gonna try and follow him for the kill. I think they want to give it to Double Lift if they can. Double Lift! He does get another.
994.
Well, Haunter now doing some counter jungling. Actually looking to steal away the red buff here. Throws the shroom at it. Should be able to get this for himself. Red buff Teemo is pretty annoying. As Bjergsen going to get dove on again. Burns the barrier.
A little late, too, so he ended up taking that chunk of damage, but he was expecting the Ignite to come through.
Has the blue buff as well. Quas also caught up here. Level 6. Looks to scoop in. Gets 2. While it follows in after the boulder toss. And Centauran going to try and make this work. Quas now chasing back in mini form, and Bifrost looks to be the target. Centauran pops the ulti, and Bio just can't really go anywhere, but Quas still taking damage, almost gets snared up. Centauran does get the kill back, and Double Lift just doesn't have enough here, I don't think. Tagged up again, grabs triggers, Quas safe, hops away. And now Double Lift dodges the Q, now going to keep moving on.
When's he 6? He's 6 now.
Though. Does have the ulti, but doesn't want to turn it around. Bjergsen here as well. GBM does it! With a threaded ball, he tags him on the end of the distortion.
Wait. Oh! Single-digit HP for Bjergsen. Perfect threaded volley. Hits GBM with the first few, and then keeps it aimed at where the distortion origin was. Absolutely brilliant.
Double F! Boom! There's another kill! 5 left. Picks up his second kill of this game. Sven also going to take this down. Looks to try and counter jungle away the Grom. OQ struggling a bit here as Sven takes away the Krug. It's been a weird lane swap to see them swap back. The turrets are still standing, but these top laners are eating 1v2 matchups.
It's been a weird game in general.
And Haunter is thriving.
He took the red buff too. He just walked into their jungle and took it because he saw Centauran on the top side. This is so good though. This is GBM like trying to outplay, flashes over, and then boop boop, kept it aimed at where the distortion originally was.
Smart stuff there.
Super good.
Have to be careful certainly against the LeBlanc, but that Negatron cloak helping out as well. Bifrost also going to spot Centauran.
It was also a little awkward too because I feel like GBM, he W'd and then he flashed and then he ignited. If he had just flashed W'd, would have gotten the distortion damage on Bjergsen, but he wanted his distortion escape to be further back, and Bjergsen used it against him. And good God!
Look at that hashtag. 88% of you.
Surprised it's not 666.
We know.
Keep voting. Maybe we'll get there. That's how it works, right?
That's the total number of votes. As GBM takes away the blue buff for himself. Might help out in the mid lane because Bjergsen's off to a nice, healthy CS lead of 20. With Tilia versus LeBlanc. Teemo also up as well.
Like, all of these lanes are just actually insane. Like, we have Teemo versus Gnar, and then the bottom lane, like, Doublelift has Flash Ghost, and then he's like, Biofrost, you take heal.
Uh-oh, here we go. Quas almost mega now. Haunts going to try and cut it out, but he gets not into the wall. Walt as well. Santorin going to upset the balance, and Haunts has got his flash, but he's going to stand and fight. No chance though as Quas takes him out. The crowd is so disappointed. Good stun onto Doublelift as we have actually swapped back to our 1v1 and 2v2 lanes.
Yeah, I mean, Quas is getting fed too. 4, 2, and 2. Like, this Gnar could take over. And, I mean, Gnar actually kind of builds rather similarly to how on-hit Teemo did, where you're just like, oh, I'm going to go Frozen Mallet and be incredibly annoying, and maybe get a Runeans or something. I don't know what he's building right now. I don't even know if Haunts are...
It's a shroom!
The egg!
Something to TP onto.
What?
He canceled it? Oh.
Because Quas tried to TP as well, and then Quas canceled his.
Not too bad, but still a dive coming.
Fair enough.
Trying to get Doublelift a few more kills. Bjergsen here doesn't need to cut them off. Gets exhausted, but Santorin's here as well. OQ eating damage, but Doublelift forced to flash out. Svenskeren tanks a tower shot, but he will be safe for now. Bjergsen eats one as well, but NRG with a great defense in the bottom lane.
Santorin still chasing down a little bit here because GBM wanted some, but no. Ends up not getting it.
Oh, that's deep.
Wait.
GBM, oh, takes out Spin!
Great assassination there from GBM. Found the angle on it. Had the vision, too. It begins.
Well, that tower's going down, so Quas, with the kill lead that he has built up there, despite the CS discrepancy, looking really nice here in the 1v1. Haunsa gonna have to wait and kind of get some items built up. Quas already looking pretty aggressive with some of the early purchases. Haunsa just gonna clear out what he can, but Mini now right now has the edge.
That's true. Yeah, and especially with that pickaxe, and I want to know what Haunter's going for here, because that's not Trinity Force. That's not Runettes Arcane. I want to know. I want to know.
We're gonna find out later, I think.
I don't know if we'll ever find out.
Maybe. That's also
gonna buy
true.
components the entire time.
As Bjergsen, face checks an axe, forced to flash out of the way. Does have the barrier, but Santorin gonna chase, lands another axe. Bjergsen probably not enough. Doesn't burn the summoner. Santorin collects him.
Yep, good restraint to not blow the summoner as well, because GBM would have been able to just ignite afterwards or follow up. But this turret mid, TSM losing pressure.
Staying gonna try and cover Biofrost here as well. But NRG doing a nice job playing a bit more aggressive. They're actually in the lead right now in gold. About 1,000 gold ahead with Quas taking that top lane tower, kind of pushing them ahead there. And look at them playing up, much like TSM were in game one. Santorin trying to be aggressive, TSM answering well, trying to protecting their jungle, but lane pressure's starting to build up, and another turret's going to go over to NRG here.
Or it will soon. They're pulling Svenskeren down to the bottom side of the map. Haunter, though.
Hello. Oh, Quas and Haunter fighting it out. Blind Noni now is kind of annoying. Shroom is good. Slows down Quas, but doesn't quite have the damage just yet. And you see Haunter playing with a little care there, wanting to make sure he's okay. Doesn't want to face check Quas right now because that Frozen Mallet's already finished. Long lane for Teemo to be chased down, so gonna have to be careful. Doublelift though looking pretty happy here in the bottom lane, both actually with their Cull and Estus Fever components, so pretty similar spot for OQ and Doublelift, who've got reasonable CS numbers, although OQ up right now by about 20. And NRG in general just correcting a lot of the early game, playing a bit more aggressive, able to kind of control their lanes, and even get the turret lead in top lane, likely in bottom lane soon as well. This is exactly how they wanted the game to start, kind of extending the early lane they got.
Yeah, there have been some mistakes that have been heavily punished here.
Good flash from GBM, goes straight in aggressive. Svenskeren not there to turn it around, and Santorin gets the kill. Arrow tanked as well through the Ragnarok there, and GBM maybe back in again, but Svenskeren pretty tanky.
Yeah, Svenskeren already on his way to multiple health items. So GBM, maybe it's the roam. And try to make Doublelift's day not so good.
Ocean Drake up as well, so NRG can certainly look to take an objective if they want. They've still got pressure bottom side as well, so TSM do have to pull away here. Nice little sweeper from Santorin. Gonna spot both the wards there, gonna clear out that pink ward after taking the Trinket ward away, and NRG are gonna get that turret finally, get themselves up a bit more gold.
Finally get this turret, they're up 2 now. And that mid turret also, they've been finding ways in there over and over again. Bjergsen without a flash. Bjergsen hasn't had the same type of roaming potential that he likes to have on Taliyah. Normally you shove in mid wave and then you go to the bottom side or you go to the top side and you use your Weaver's Wall. But not today, and whoa!
Yeah, Bifrost locked up on burst down, but Bjergsen sees Sven there as well, but Santorin is going to take him out. Cosmic Radiance popped. NRG can buy a bit more time. See our wall actually going to cut them off. Quas sort of caught, but he's in Mega Knife on. Now dives in, looks for the scoop, finds the two-man, gets Bjergsen, and double lift with the wall up. Huge follow-up damages. Bjergsen's going to fall. Bastion stun, they're going to get another, and NRG wipe the floor with TSM in that fight.
And the only survivors, Teemo, in that top lane. He's trying to help, but still, 4 kills going over to NRG. And now they have a great, solid control of this game. And if they get this mid-turret, they open up the LeBlanc roams, and they shut down a lot of the Taliyah roams that she wants to pull off to tier 2 turrets and whatnot of the enemy team.
And again, NRG just playing kind of the weird 10 minutes of this game very nicely. Managed to get an advantage in every single lane. Now 3 turrets to 0, and a huge gold lead all of a sudden. 5,000 gold up for NRG as the arrow sails down bottom lane, but finds no target. Quas gonna walk away from that one.
Yeah, good awareness there to watch the lane. And this is great dazzle as well. Kiwi Kid gets him with the edge of the stun. And then GBM from the side. And Santorin actually just gets in that Cosmic Radiance just barely. So really well played there. The movement speed from OQ, able to give them a little bit more oomph. And then whoop, jumps off Svenskeren, scoops him into the wall, lines up the wall up as well, and hits both of the carries. Like, that is just a Nard dream.
Exceptional play there from Quas and Kiwi Kid. Nice little team up there. Have a good-looking team fight win. TSM gonna have to hold on for probably 5 to 10 minutes here and just recoup some farm. But GBM, you can see, sweeping out the side brush, trying to threaten some of these side lanes as well. Essence Reaver Zeal finished for OQ as well, and Double Lift still looking for that first major item. It's gonna be struggle streak for a little while longer. Even poor Teemo. 0-2-0 to start things off for Haunter. Quas able to pressure that lane almost indefinitely at this point.
Yeah, it's that on-hit Teemo as well. I'm a little sad. I thought it was gonna be. Thought it was gonna be AP. It's the worst of the two to like walk through the jungle and just feel awful about. But sure, I'm sure. Like Frozen Mallet. Okay. It's a Teemo. It's a Teemo. Let's go.
It's funny because like Mini now in a lot of ways is described as Teemo in the top lane.
That's
actually
true.
do fairly similar things. So
that's one of the reasons that we haven't actually seen a lot of Teemo is just because the whole idea was having this ranged top laner, but now it's a ranged top laner that's a team fighter, and that's why Gnar like really pushed him out if he was ever in the meta in the first place.
TSM looking to defend this top tier 2. Oki's actually already doing some chip damage out of the turret. Double lift and Bifrost there in time to try and clear that out, but GBM's threatening in. He is the huge issue for TSM, I think, because Morellonomicon finished, Stalk Shoes done, and an extra blasting one means that whenever he leaves his lane, TSM constantly have to play back and try and be safe. And if anyone's out of position or gets caught through the jungle, pretty easy to pick up kills with Civitarek LeBlanc.
Yeah, and especially with the Cosmic Radiance, and
time to dive. Apparently, TSM back off to the inhibitor turret. Haunter now joining in, but that tier 2 looks pretty dead. NRG should be able to collect it here, and they will. Good little bump back from Taliyah. Quasto goes in, gets Bifrost and takes him out. Sven flashes over, but Haunter, he's going to get blown up there by GBM. Double Lift trying to answer back and get a few kills for himself. Quas about to run out of Mega, gets popped up again. Dazzle not lands in, but a huge Bastion. He's going to get the other two. Taliyah, though, able to shot one down as GBM falls. TSM answer back for one.
Oh, and Double Lift almost has his arrow back up. He's a few seconds off, for about 10. And yeah, it's going to be 3 for 1 there in favor of NRG, and they're just running away with this game. 6,000 gold lead, and they've been playing much better in the early game here. And this is really greedy, actually, because it's only a 2-man Cosmic Radiance, but pops the Ghost, pops the Sivir ultimate, not able to get in a good Dazzle range, but it's just the zoning off. But they use so many ultimates to do that. Summoner spells, pops Kiwi back, but he was already charging the stun, and that's what saves them there. Kiwi Kid gets out for a bit, and then Monster ends up going down first. He's got a target on his back. Double Lift wants to pick up all these kills, wants to get closer to that 1,000, but not enough, and Bjergsen misses hitting GBM at first, but does get him and almost kills OQ, but unfortunately, 1 kill for TSM there, whereas 3 for NRG, and NRG definitely came out on top, so despite all those efforts and those abilities that they were missing, TSM, nope.
Got the turret out of the deal also, so 4 turrets to 0 now for NRG as Kiwi Kid Some really nice bending on the Dazzle. Pick up a two-man stun towards the back end of that
great
fight.
prediction, yeah.
Infernal Drake also up in a minute. NRG already with an Ocean, so can add that to their tally also. And TSM really just going to have to play awfully safe for the next little while. 7,000 gold down pretty much as the Rift Tower does return to the Void. Didn't get picked up by Quas, would have loved it to kind of continue that 1v1, but he's building tanking now. I think NRG know that the way we win this game is by forcing team fights and trying to close it out early, and so far so good. They've got the pressure lead, built up a huge gold lead for themselves, and TSM just going to have to turtle up for a little while. Every time he hides.
Every time.
We hope something great happens.
They're holding some pink boards, though. So they're pinging him out. This is going to be great. Because Santor's going to walk up, probably pink it. And, oh, okay, okay. Yeah. Ah!
Oh, I love they're going in. They're really putting him dead. Cosmic Radiance down. Dazzlin actually gets dodged up by Haunter, but the Ragnarok's going to cause too many problems. Santorin takes out Teemo 7-0-5 for this Olaf. Unfortunately, Santorin's getting booed. TSM, though.
Yeah, this is a great move from TSM. This is them trying to win the game.
The global taunt?
Well, Santorin's the jungler, and he had the global taunt on him. And
they found Quas, but Dirk's going to try and cut somebody off. He hops back, but Quas actually can still get his way in there. They have to get him out of the pit. GBM going to dive in as well. Assassinates double lift as Quas and GBM team up for that, and I don't think they can finish it.
Here comes Santorin. They have to get it right before Santorin gets in there. Also,
oh, GBM steals it. And now TSM have to run a desperate Baron play, but well answered by NRG.
And NRG are going to get the bottom turret as well, so they're already on that inhibitor. They picked up the Baron. Everything is going NRG's way this game.
And this game could end in a matter of minutes. NRG just so well played, turning that aggression all the way back up to 11. And TSM just struggling to get anything done here in this game. Ulti proc by Civic. Kiwi Kid's going to run out of the way, slowed by Biofrost on the Q, but not nearly enough.
Yeah, not even close to enough there, and Kiwi Kid just gets out. Walks right away. And this summoner spell, like Biofrost, no exhaust, no ignite. It's like the offensive summoners don't even exist on TSM. So they're playing all these fights really defensively.
There's the Infernal Drake as well. NRG just continuing to stack advantages, almost up to 10,000 gold ahead. Svenskeren going to find Quas, but Quas not too bothered. Svenskeren doing some damage here. Yep. Teleport in.
Ah, he's arrived!
It's Haunter, he's going to try and pick up a kill finally. Biofrost in as well. Quas, no summoner to speak of. Pass back in the mini, but Haunter, can he get it? He should be able to get the shutdown. And he does.
Teemo is on the board.
This is how it starts. TSM still very far behind. But a shutdown gold is nice for Haunter.
But the morale.
Oh, yeah. Look at the momentum swing. Teemo still 3,000 gold behind Quas.
Yeah, Quas has been a monster this game. His team fighting has been on point, and his laning phase was really good as well. And I also think that Santorin has just been incredibly proactive. I talked about how they were, like, jungling is a team effort and how they were losing their jungle before. Well, when you have losing lanes, you're going to lose your jungle very quickly. And that's what happened.
GBM, oh my god, double lift. Almost gets himself 3-shot. Just one more proc away, and Santorin going to pop the ulti back on again. Biofrost can't do anything. GBM going to take him out. Sven going to get locked up, and Santorin still running. Svenskeren does manage to flash out of the way, knocks up Santorin on the other end as Doublelift going to try and turn around, but Quas finds his way in. Badges gets popped, Doublelift flashes out the backside as Svenskeren turns his way to safety. Bjergsen cuts them off.
GBM still wants him.
Doublelift still dead. GBM gets another assassination.
And Doublelift not going to get any kills in this game. No more. You know, having a LeBlanc that's fed against you is just, you can't do anything as an AD carry. It's really awful. It's like, I don't have enough damage to kill Gnar. I don't have enough damage to kill LeBlanc before she kills me. I don't have enough HP to sustain that. So, ends up dropping down. All of TSM on the retreat, and NRG just take that second inhibitor turret.
GBM is doing so much damage. Went for a Death Cav second as well. So, hyper-aggressive build here. GBM showing up massive there on the pick as NRG take out the mid inhibitor. They are well and truly 10,000 gold ahead. And TSM have a whole host of problems in that bottom third of their base.
Yeah, I didn't like their pick ban too much. They may have lost in champion select a bit, but we'll see. TSM, doing what they can with, what they've drafted for themselves. The Taliyah didn't get off the ground. That's the big thing for me is Bjergsen didn't have the same type of influence in this game. When we see him play Taliyah, he's usually shoving the wave up, going to the side. Can't do that against LeBlanc when he is pushing you back and trying to kill you constantly. We saw early kills as well in early jungle visits, but I think the NRG played it right by having Santorin visit that lane a lot.
Yeah, just again, a strong early game, but this time with the proper conversions from NRG, I think has been the big story here. Every lane just started getting ahead So a lot of credit to Santorin for getting that started. He's still immortal on this Olaf with no deaths at all. The GA is probably going to mean he won't tie this game. The amount of influence he's had on the game has been pretty spectacular, and the rest of his team stepped up behind him.
Oh yeah, and the fact that there isn't really enough damage on TSM yet to actually kill him once, let alone twice, and then just all that damage threat. Like, that GA, while it's being popped, you know GBM's going to pop somebody else.
Yep, GBM is a big problem for the squishy champions that TSM currently have in the pool. NRG take another turret, now 8 turrets to 1. TSM almost getting shut out of this game.
Yep, there it is, the Runans. Beyond hit build, slow everybody.
You better wave clear. We got a lot of issues. GBM's like, nope! Oh, chain not quite there.
Oh, got Kiwi Kid.
Pops the ulti down, Cosmic Radiance not gonna proc. Olaf just goes straight in for double lift, and he's so dead. TSM forced the retreat back to their fountain. NRG gonna take yet another inhibitor turret. And this is not defensible at this point. TSM, I don't think they can fight for this inhibitor.
Oh man, Energy. You know, if they end up winning this game, and then if they go to game 3 and win that one, they'll get that higher seed and knock down Phoenix 1. They're looking for that spot.
Certainly are. Santorin locked up a bit, but they're going for the kill here, actually. One Nexus turret down. Energy might retreat back, but they don't really have anything to do. Talia knocks them all back in. Berkson with a big play to try and defend his base. He's keeping them out as best he can, but Energy is just too far ahead. Room pops in again, TSM doing what they can, but Bjergsen gets dazzled, exhausted now as well. Arrow sails in and nails Quas. But Kiwi Kid too tanky to die. GBM just slays Teemo with the burst, and double lift goes down yet again after coming off a respawn. And we're gonna have a game 3. Energy gonna smash TSM in game 2.
Energy breaking TSM down early on. Kiwi Kid bamboozled by that game.
Oh, looking pretty happy with themselves, but they do have to do it again. And you know, TSM, Teemo pick aside, that game cannot be credited to that one pick alone. Energy played so well in the early game, and full credit to Santorin. I think, especially if you expect Double Lift to pick Ashe again, Olaf just like, GBM and Santorin made Double Lift's life miserable that game.
Yeah, they made it absolutely miserable, and those were the last 2 picks. They picked the Olaf and LeBlanc after they saw the Teemo Ashe, and they were like, all right, 100%, these are our picks, let's lock it in. Even if they don't like win their lanes, like the LeBlanc or whatever, if Teemo ends up going top and they get counterpicked, it's like, well, we're still going to kill this Ashe, and we're still going to kill this Teemo. So those are great sources of gold for them early on, and that's exactly what they did. They kept running them down, and I thought that GBM played really well, and I thought Santorin got control off of GBM's play and was able to open up the game.
And you can kind of see that they're just such strong stuff from Energy, making sure they can find a lead in the game, and it turns out we're all tied up. So let's break down the series.